Waiting here behind the podium after a really wild finish and phenomenal drive. Michael, you brought it from, I've lost track, to second.
Yeah,
third, excuse me, in just the last couple of laps.
Yeah, it was
Talk about your stint.
pretty nuts. So I got in the car after Taylor was able to stay like one lap down. We got spun out. So from that moment, my engineer was like, just try to get your lap back on the track. And I did. So I was able to pass up, to the overall leader and just stay in front. And I was just about to get past. I couldn't hold him off any longer. And the yellow came out, and I was like, yes. So from that moment, we just put on new tires and just tried to go forward from there.
How challenging were the conditions?
It was actually pretty fine. It just sucks being a lap down. You have to fight a little bit harder than you want to because you have to stay ahead of the leader. But I'd say it was just hot in the car and just trying to maintain focus. Otherwise, the battles were all good and it was good racing. It just had to pick them off one at a time. But it was just really hot in the car.
So 3 races in a row, the podium streak continues.
Yes, thank God.
What were your thoughts, Taylor?
Honestly, the whole entire thing is kind of surreal. I didn't have the best stint, and I didn't give the best car over to Michael, being a lap down and all, but he drove amazing. Get it back up to third. It all kind of happened so fast. The entire pit lane crew, no one really knew what was going on. It was honestly just a jumbled mess. So I'll believe I'm on the podium once I'm stepping on the podium.
I did not expect that. He looked like he had stickers. Put it down and just launched it for 10 seconds. All over. Make it
No, and you push it all the way down. It was always flying against me.
All right, gentlemen, please hoist those trophies. Give them up, my guys. There you go. That's a big win in TCR here today. And let's bring it down. Congratulations to Todd on the podium, Ryan Norman, and Parker Chase. And the Brian Hurdle Autosport with Hyundai and Junior, Hyundai, Veloster, and TCR. I'll be right there with the trophies. And our third place finishers rounding out our podium here today, Michael Lewis and Taylor Hagler from Brian Hurdle Autosport with Kerbag and Jadian and the Hyundai Veloster N TCR. Ronnie Hawley, our Michelin Motorsports Instant Pilot Challenge Series manager, handing out all the trophies to our top 3 finishers. Okay, folks, get those trophies up high, please. All right, let's go ahead and switch out to our track out to celebrate your top. Trophies up for that last pit. Hi, Michelin man, thank you. Get out of the way. Here comes the sticky stuff. Ready to break out the champagne and let it fly. Well, we'll wrap up our day here at Watkins Glen as we close out the podium for our Michelin Pilot Challenge.
Harry and Mark, disappointing day with the time down and in the pits, but you still salvaged the top 10 finish and you both met your drive time.
Yeah, definitely. We managed to get the points we came here for the championship and everything, but it was definitely brutal for us. But just really proud of all the Ron Hurdle guys. Our one for them was just 1 point all weekend long. It's just a bummer, and hopefully we'll get another next one. Yeah, it was we salvaged that 10th place, and the car was great at the end, ran the last 14 laps under green, and lots of cautions today. But we went out to figure out kind of what happened earlier in the race. But certainly at the end, we seem to have more than enough pace to run with the other guys at the front, and so it's a tough day for us. But we're racing here again in a few days, and I think we have a pretty solid car, and we learned a lot. So we'll take away the positives, and we'll come back strong on I guess on Thursday, Friday.
So how much different will next week's race be? How much different is your approach going back to a 2 hour, same car, same track? Same thing, just a little shorter race?
Yeah, pretty much. You got to be a little bit more aggressive, I guess, but you know, it's still racing. It's all good. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, the shorter race, we're back to that, so we'll just have to modify our strategy a little bit. But no, I'm really excited because I think, you know, we have a really good setup and we've been working super hard, and it's been tough for us, but we'll get there. We just got to keep plugging away and keep our heads up. And you know, this hey, congrats to the other guys on the podium, and you know, the launch is back on the podium, which is fantastic.
It's really good at engineering. First of all, cheers, dude. And they're like, so we knew he was your engineer. Thanks, man. So we made a trophy for him. Thank you very much. Bro, here's, I don't know which way's up. So
I don't either.
here's literally a trophy for third place because they know you're really cool. Really, it's because there's usually 3 drivers.
And it's clean because there's no champagne on it.
Thank you, man. So that's yours, dude. Like you're like on the podium, man.
This is going like top shelf.
Yeah, dude. That's theirs was like. No.
Might even put it in the living room.
Oh, perfect.
My roommate's been talking about it.
Yeah. So no, thanks for all the strategies. I know everything happens.
No, and
What a race. 4 hours, intense the whole way through. Parker had an amazing opening stint, and then you brought it home for second. Talk about
yeah,
your day.
I mean, so first off, Parker, you know, brought the car in pretty much perfect at that point. But there was a lot of attrition at the beginning. There was a lot of yellows, and he kept it clean and made his way towards the front. And the car was really good. This track is so hard on the front tires, so we were pushing so hard at the end there, and just the car was really, really hard to drive, and I think that was for everyone. So it was a fun battle there at the end. It was a hot one for sure. My fan broke in the car, so I was dying a little bit there. But yeah, overall, really excited. We went from last place to second, so I mean, you can't complain. It's good.
And 2 podiums in a row, a win and a second.
Yes. Yep. So
Major progress for the Lantra.
It's going to be awesome for the rest of the season.
Steven Simpson, you drove over 3 hours today in the 54 Veloster N TCR. Talk about your long, hot day at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, definitely over 3 hours in the car was a long time, but it was good. It was good up until it wasn't, I guess. We had a... Let's start that again. So it was good up until it wasn't. We had a mechanical issue, fuel-related mechanical issue, right, I think with about 12 laps to go in the race. So we were positioned really well. I was ready to fight the Hondas for the win.
Safe travels, guys.
So unfortunately we had to make a pit stop and recycle the car. So definitely not the result we wanted, and tough day.
So going into next weekend, you know you had a good car, shorter race. Big changes? Is it big?
No, not necessarily. Our car handling wise was good, but I'm going to get my elbows out next week.